Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Q&A edition of Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 972. I am your host and narrator, Greg Audino. Happy to see you on this fine Saturday morning if you are listening in real time. Today's Q&A from our advice column, Optimal Living Advice, gives us a chance to get a little famous if we handle it right. Our asker, a fellow listener of yours, is in a rare position of dating someone who has recently signed to become a professional athlete. A lot to be excited about, but apparently also some worries as to how this will affect their dating life. Such concerns are more than understandable in spite of all the joy surrounding that accomplishment. So let's see if we can help assuage her fears in this episode and start optimizing your life.
It's very hard for me to ask this question. It's a concern I haven't expressed before, and I don't know who to go to. My boyfriend has recently signed to become a professional athlete. This means a lot of money, a lot of travel, and a lot of temptation. He's a wonderful guy, but I can't help but to get nervous about him cheating on me, and it's getting obvious that this is eating away at me because of how ornery I find myself being with him over little things. I don't want to believe he'll fall into the same stereotype as other professional athletes, but it's become hard not to. Are these feelings real? Okay. Certainly a tough spot to be in, if for no other reason than the fact that it is such a unique position. You know, it's not like there are professional athletes as partners around every corner that you can talk to at any old time for advice. There probably will be in your future, which is good news, but for now, you're stuck with me. Good luck. No, seriously though. So you concluded by asking if these feelings are real. Yes, these feelings are real, but that doesn't mean that the thoughts are real. The feelings you're having about this are there, and they're perfectly valid, so don't start making a monster out of yourself and projecting any more than you already have onto your boyfriend. But these feelings of concern aren't the only feelings that are real. Other feelings of yours that are very real and very important to stay mindful of are the feelings of love that I can only assume you already get and have gotten towards your boyfriend. This is a big change in his life, which could, yes, lead to any number of paths, good or bad, just the same as any other change could. But based on your experience with him thus far, do you have any legitimate reason, not including a stereotype, to think that his character will change? The character that you know and have known, care about and have cared about? I suggest that you take a minute to go over what you know about him. Is he loving? Is he loyal, fun, good to you, passionate, ambitious? Give him a fair shot, and really reflect on all of his qualities, good and bad. Think about them up until the signing of his contract, and separate from how you feel professional athletes typically are. Okay? Once you've done this, and you have an objective compiling of his qualities, that's when it's fair to measure him against a stereotype. You understand? If he predominantly displays traits of dedication and professionalism, humility, etc., then we both know it's not impossible, but it's unrealistic and unfair to assume he'll fall into this negative stereotype that you worry about. If, on the other hand, he's let his talents go to his head, or he's maybe behaved questionably with other women, and he enjoys the attention he tends to garner, then sure, the likelihood is increased. It still doesn't guarantee anything, but these would be grounds on which to question the relationship, regardless of whether or not this contract signing ever happened, honestly. Now, if he does display good qualities, but you're not quite sold yet, look to yourself and others in your life. What are some of your labels and the labels of others you spend time with? What do you do for work? What kind of clothes do you wear? What kind of music do you listen to? Consider the long, long lists of stereotypes that would follow each of these labels, and ask yourself, do you fall firmly into all of those categories? Of course you don't. You're layered, and there's more to you, and I have to think you feel the same about somebody who is worth getting into a romantic relationship with. People who are comfortable thinking for themselves, they deviate from stereotypes on a regular basis, and if they don't, there probably isn't anything interesting about them. Yet still, we stereotype to try to understand people we don't know. We stereotype to get ahead of the curve. It's a natural defense mechanism in many ways. it's really not as aggressive of a process as a lot of people think it is, which is too bad. You already know and you already care for this man, so, why start grouping him in now? Obviously, as I sort of alluded to a couple paragraphs ago, you don't know what the future holds. You don't know what road he'll go down, what road you'll go down, what road you go down as a couple. But you do know what road you're on now. And all you can do now is be as level-headed as you can and take steps to ensure that you're going down as good a road as possible. And that means a couple of things. That means being communicative with your boyfriend about these feelings in a non-aggressive way. You mentioned not knowing who to go to about this struggle. Go to him. The secrecy of these feelings and your acknowledgement of how it's causing you to be ornery is not helping anyone. His reaction to your vulnerability will only tell you more you need to know about the type of person and partner he is. It also means being supportive of him as long as you feel he's deserving of your support. Don't forget about his struggles in this thing as well. Sure, on the outside, it looks big and fancy, but it's still a major shift for him that inevitably comes with complications, one of which might include the stereotypes people might group him into, as is happening right now. The bottom line is that this will be a change for both of you, and it's no time for either of you to be making one another out to feel like an enemy or an outsider.
And a big thanks to the asker for sending this question in. God, how grateful I am to be the first person she's trusted with this very trying change in her relationship. I hope this answer has helped her, and I hope it's encouraged all of you to submit questions of your own should you be struggling with something relationship-oriented or not. If so, we welcome you to email us with those questions at advice@oldpodcast.com. Anything that's troubling you, we will do our best to offer support and guidance. But if it's sunny skies for you right now, that's even better to hear. Have a great rest of your Saturday, folks. Be sure to come on back tomorrow, where we will get on track with some great narrations and where your optimal life awaits.